everyone. I'm Kim Jacobs, host of The Kim Jacobs Show, where we're bringing balance to the world one household at a time. Listen, we go live every weekday, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I bring guests on that talk about their backstories, things that they've had to overcome to become who they are today. Many of them are balancing and juggling life, and they've become experts in different fields. So they're sharing tips with you to make your life just a little bit easier. Many times as a guest in the studio audience, you'll get a chance to walk away with a missing piece of the puzzle that might be missing in your life. Let's go on this journey together, and I look forward to seeing you Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on The Kim Jacobs Show.
You're watching Kim Jacobs Show.
Everyone, and welcome to this episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. I am super excited to have Anisha Bradshaw, one of our own normal Freestyle Friday experts, but she's taken a full hour today to deep dive on how you can get business funding in 2023. And if you're looking at this at another year, how you can get business funding, period. How about that exclamation point? Welcome, Anisha, to The Kim Jacobs Show.
Thank you, Kim. It is a pleasure to be back here and on a regular segment. I love my expert Fridays because I get to be with other experts and rubbing elbows with them. It's been golden networking with those people. Thank you so much for having me back.
Well, it's my honor and my privilege. Listen, everybody, as you're coming in and grabbing your virtual seats, let us know where you're visiting in from. Today's topic is full of nuggets, so I don't want to waste any time. We're going to do this. We're going to go ahead and formally introduce our guest today, and then we're going to jump right into today's topic, if that's okay with you, Anisha.
Yes, it is.
All right. Anisha Bradshaw is, that's a famous name, like Anisha Bradshaw.
I'll take it. I'll be famous today. I will take it.
She is a wife, a mom of two, and currently serves the Lord as an evangelist. She is the CEO and credit professor of Manifest More Consulting and is considered a guru in the area of personal and business credit. She is also an Amazon 7-time bestseller and 3-time new release author. Yes, you do that when you come through. Okay. She comes with collegiate education in law, contracts, and finances through the many degrees that she's earned over her time, and her life experience on the job training and education have led her to her mission to continue to strengthen other people as you build your credit. All right. Welcome, Anisha, again.
Thank you. I'm really excited to be here. I'm glad to be here in January because everybody's like, all right, I got to get straight. And I know I messed up last year. I didn't have this. And every year I love to see it's more and more and more and more new businesses showing up. But we want them to last. So that is why I'm here today. We want them to have the capital they need, the funding they need to last no matter what the industry is.
Okay. So when we listen, we're going to jump right into the topic. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we're just going to go right from the beginning. Who's on? I see you, Anisha. I see you, Dennis. I see all of you all chiming in. I see you, CTR Media Network. Thank you so much for being here as well. It is streaming in 68 countries and 350 million households. So we're glad to have all of you all that are tuning in today. Listen, no matter what platform you're listening to it in, all of your audio downloadable podcasting as well. The Kim Jacobs Show is there. So if you prefer to listen online, make sure you check out iHeartRadio, Spotify, and any of those downloadable programs, as well as ctrmedia.com and all of the social media outlets that you all are currently tuning in from. When we come back from this commercial break, we're going to go ahead and get started with our very detailed building your credit and having financing in 2023, right after this first commercial break. We'll be right back.
I'm attorney Charles Everidge. I started out representing insurance companies until my father was seriously injured at work. 4 of his fingers were amputated. Our family went through a lot, so I know what you're going through as an injured worker. If you've been hurt on the job, call me now. I'll fight to get the workers' comp benefits you may deserve. I'll fight for you like family. Put my experience to work for you. Call 704-457-5000, the first call for injured workers.
All right, everyone. I'm Kim Jacobs, the host of The Kim Jacobs Show, known as The Balance Doctor, and I'm here with Anisha Bradshaw, our credit professor. Let's talk about, first of all, why is it important for businesses to show that they are in the green and making some money? That's important to start off there.
Yes, absolutely. It's important. So new businesses, old businesses, we hear all these tips and tricks, right? We watch our 5-minute YouTube university, a day. We go and hear different social media platforms where people are kind of giving tips. And what I always like to tell people is take a second and think about it this way. You want to be a little leery of advice that's just given from anywhere, right? And the reason why I say that, whether it's whatever platform you're getting it from, the reason why I say that is because 5-minute information doesn't give you the pros and cons. That's number one, right? It just gives you a tip that may or may not work for you, but it doesn't tell you, hey, these are all the qualifications you need or whatever the case may be. That's number one, right? And so right now we're in take season. So a lot of people are probably giving out a bunch of different tips and tricks. But at the end of the day, if you take a bunch of losses, which is okay, so you can pay less on taxes, it depends on what you're trying to do, it usually hinders your next year goals. So whatever you're going to be doing on this tax season, that's going to hinder whether or not you as a self-employed entrepreneur 1099 is going to be able to purchase your home, is going to be able to buy a property, leverage it, whatever the case may be, because you can't use income if you say, hey, my business actually didn't make any money, right? So you don't pay any taxes. That's great for now. But then it shows that whole year, technically, you didn't make any money. Or was it just a hobby, right? Or is your business a business? That's the question I have for people today. Is your business a business? And one way to show that your business is a business, if it's making the revenue, the cash flow revenue that it needs month after month, year after year. So if you wanted last year to count, make sure that you're showing that you have some sort of revenue coming in from your business. Don't take it as a complete loss if you can avoid doing that, especially if you have some goals that you want to hit this year that involve some type of financing.
That's such a great start to this conversation. And you asked a very important question too, which is your business a business? How do people know whether their business really is a business?
Legitimately. Absolutely. So when it comes to tax purposes, right? Are you making more than $600, right? Are you, is it being treated as a hobby? It's a lot more when it comes to the criteria of being qualified for financial funds, for your business. However, just in general, you need to be making something, right? You need to have some sort of revenue generating there. And there's a lot of ways we can get creative with that. That's number one. But let's think about funding, right? Because everybody's like, I need some type of funds for my business, no matter the industry. Maybe you want to buy equipment. Maybe you want to start in the tour business. Maybe you're trying to buy real estate because that's the hottest thing. Maybe, you're trying to start with getting any licenses or anything that requires money. And most things, everything requires
money. So basically, without business funding, how can you make it as a business?
How can you start? How can you grow? How can you do these things? And it's some other things. It really starts with this. The step one is the foundation. Is your foundation fundable? Is your business bankable? Is it going to get the lenders to see you as a business, right? Now,
is your business fundable? Somebody make sure in the studio audience, because I don't have my person helping me backstage today, type these comments. Is your business? I'm going to try and type some of them too. Your business?
No problem. I'm hoping they're listening, grabbing their pens and papers and everything.
That's what I have a notebook, bad. I'm sitting here taking notes.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I speak with a lot of lenders, right? Because we help at Manifest More Consulting. We help people with personal credit. We help people with business credit. We help people with funding. And at the end of the day, you want to know, okay, is my structure right? And most people don't know this part here. When I say, is your business bankable? Is it fundable, right? What most people don't know is that their name can get them instantly denied. What else can get them instantly denied? Their address, their email, lack of a website, all types of things. The list goes on stuff that you're like, well, my credit score is good. This happened. I'm making revenue, but it's not getting me the funds that I'm looking for. You can get immediately declined for certain things. Your name alone can either get you immediately declined and or have a stricter underwriting guideline. Just from your name alone. And so a lot of things that we do, we offer those high-risk industry names so that people can switch it up, or their next LLC or business, they can change up their name so that way they're not immediately getting themselves denied. are putting themselves in an industry that's going to be so strict that they can't qualify for anything.
Well, let's give it. I'm big on examples and I'm a visual
Absolutely.
person. So can you give like one or two examples of a name that might not get funded and a name that would get funded?
Yes, so absolutely. So one thing that gives a stricter underwriting guideline, and I deal with this every day with my clients that come to me because I get deal with a lot of real estate investors, is that they put the word real estate in their name. We love that, right? Kim Jacobs Real Estate. We put our names there and everything like that. We'll put something fancy there. But real estate is a high risk industry. So one, some lenders are going to immediately deny. Two, they're going to put you in stricter underwriting guidelines because it's high risk, right? And or the other thing is there are ways around it, what you can do. But if you are looking for a name that isn't going to get you red flag immediately, stuff like Kim Jacobs Enterprise, right? You put Enterprise in there. They don't need to know specifically what the industry is within your name, right? So now the underwriter has to do their research on your company instead of the artificial intelligence that they have just kind of declining your application just because it has those words in it.
That's good. So you're saying keep it somewhat vague, and then you can go into what your specific industry is in more detail, but don't where it's like right away, here's the industry.
Exactly. And you don't want it to be another reason you might want it to be a little bit vague is because a lot of times business owners, they change up what they do under their business. Say, hey, this didn't work out. Let me go in this. But if you say real estate, you don't want to get into selling t-shirts under the name, right? Kim Jacobs Real Estate, all of a sudden is selling t-shirts or, doing makeup or whatever the case may be. It's like it doesn't work and flow. And you want to, if you had that EIN up, you want to keep that open as long as possible, right? You don't want to have to start a new one just because it's a new business idea necessarily, especially if you aren't using the old one, right? The old name. Now, if you're using the old name for something, you might want to start a new company and everything else. But if you're not, use that same EIN number. The longer you are open, the more doors it opens to more lenders because you want to be open as long as possible. Because most businesses fail within the first 3 to 5 years, which is why most commercial lending, so traditional lending, meaning from a bank or some sort, they want you open 2 to 3 years minimum. They won't even look at anything for your business if you haven't even been open that long, which is why it's important to understand what are the alternative lenders looking for? They call it fintech, right? What is that market looking for? And how can I get funded by them? Because that's where a majority of us are at, right? Our businesses are new. Our businesses are under 3 years old. Our business may not be making the revenue that the banks are looking for because a lot of the banks are looking for $10,000 in monthly revenue, which a lot of new companies don't have, right? Especially if you have multiple LLCs. So it's going to be really important that we take that away and we don't limit ourselves, especially at the front door, right? We got to at least get into the door.
That is so important. Getting into the door initially so you can even be evaluated is so important. And I see you, Sandy. Sandy, so glad to have you on. If you all have not been a part of Coffee Conversations with Sandy Sanders, it is some great conversations happening over there. And I'm sure credit is one of them. So maybe the two of you all can connect. I love connecting other wonderful podcast hosts with our guests as well, because it's not we don't want to hoard and keep y'all a secret. We want the world to know about you. So you two, please connect. This is Anisha Bradshaw. This is Sandy Sanders.
Hello,
and you have an amazing time on her show as well.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay. So glad to have you, Sandy. Listen, I want to make sure that people know when they are applying for business credit, one of the biggest questions that I get often, and I'm not the expert in this, is do you have to use your personal credit, your personal?
That's a great question.
I
want if I can have like a few moments just to kind of share some education with you guys, and it's going to take you and transition you right into that.
Excellent. Oh, good. Okay. So then do that. Take us your way. A lot
of times when I hear people saying it's business credit and business funding, and they're the same. Two separately different things. That's one I want to say. Business credit allows you to use other people's money to fund your business for whatever it is that you need.
Okay, wait. So I need to shift. Wait a minute, y'all. Let me get my life together over here. So what I think I'm hearing you say is that we're primarily on this episode talking about business credit, how to get your business credit so that you are able to be funded.
There's so much more money out there aside from business credit, just getting funded in general. Whether it's through business credit, I'll even talk about a little bit through personal credit, what that looks like, because sometimes people have to start there. But just getting funds, period. Most people, they don't care about how they have to get the funds. They really care about getting the funds to start and run their business and grow their business at this point. And so I want to share a couple different ways. And so I just want to share, because of that, business credit and getting funding for your business are two different things. They can overlap. And I want to share with you a little bit of education there. So
let's do that. Go.
3 C's that I want to give you guys, okay, that I want you to pay attention to. The first C is cash flow revenue, okay?
Don't type it too. Cash flow revenue.
Yes. The second C is going to be collateral. The third C is going to be credit, okay? So these are different ways that you can get your business funded, right? The capital that you need. So it does not have to have all these things in it. It can have one or the other, but you have to understand that in order to get funded, you have to have one of these 3 things at least to kind of leverage from, right? So cash flow revenue is the easiest way to get your business funded. What does that mean? That just simply means that your business is making enough money on a consistent basis, month after month, to say that you can pay this loan back, or whatever amount of capital that you are gaining from them, you can pay them back. You have to think that these lenders, they get paid by letting you borrow money. So they want to let as many people borrow money, but they have to also mitigate the risk of them losing it, right? The more businesses that are open, maybe everybody's not paying them back. So criteria has changed this year. I know we're only 18 days in, but what it was in December, what it was all 2022 has already changed the game. One thing that is big that has changed is that even the alternative lenders that were only usually looking for about your business being open about 3 months, they're now looking for it to be a minimum of 6 months, most of them. So they've changed it. Okay. So that's one big thing where you want to, if you haven't started your LLC already, you definitely need to contact us for a free consultation to see how we can help you, because you want to start getting your time in. Even if you're not working your business yet, you're not ready yet, and you want to at least have your time in so it can open the world to lenders. The worst thing you can do is wait to do everything at one time, and then you're behind the 8 ball, and you're like, well, I wish I can do this and move forward, but I have to wait until my business is open at least 6 months, right? To really start to activate funds from there. So we help people with less, but majority of the lenders that people need to get access to, they're a 6 months minimum, right?
That's excellent.
So cash flow revenue, the type of cash flow you're looking for is commercial and traditional. So like banks, they're looking for about minimum of $10,000 a month. So if you hit that and you're over that, you can get financed usually through those traditional banks. Now, alternative funding allows for you to make anywhere between $3,000 to $5,000 on a consistent basis. And if you're not doing that, there's ways to be creative. One thing, just to kind of give you an example, I work with a lot of realtors as well as clients. And so we are having them put their commission check go right into their business bank account, right? So they get a $3,000 commission check. It goes right into their business bank account, and then they can pay themselves out as an employee, right? So they can still use that money to pay their bills, but their business account says that they made $3,000, right? So it's ways to get creative with what you have and still show your business is making revenue, right? It's different things that you can do. And you want to make sure you're doing the right thing depending on the industry that you're in. But there's definitely different ways that you can show that you're making that revenue there, okay? The other thing, let's go to the next C, right? Which is collateral. A lot of times people just think property and whatever, and they don't really know how it works. Well, if a lender is going to accept some form of collateral, there's a couple of things I want to point out to you. The collateral that they are looking for, it could be not just property. Property is one of them, obviously, but it can also be equipment, right? You might have a bunch of equipment and different things like that. It can also be a 401k. So if you are working another job and you're like, hey, I got this 401k sitting over here, I don't really have any revenue coming in. Well, that's another direction they can look into to say, hey, we can actually fund your business off of the collateral that you have.
Right.
Off of that property or whatever the case may be. Now, here's the very big thing you have to understand about collateral. Please do not expect that, if your property is only worth, let's just say, $200,000, please do not ask for $4 million. That's not how the collateral works, right? Collateral works with, you get about 50 to 75% of the value of that property or that 401k, right? They will never extend to you more than what the collateral is worth. And actually, they'll give you less because they have to make sure that all their interest and their fees will be paid on top of that as well.
Right.
So now one more thing. I know I'm saying a lot, Kim. I know.
I want you to say a lot. I want you to educate us. So please keep talking. Go.
But the last C is credit. Credit is personal credit, right?
Right.
That's what you're talking about. So a lot of times people have to become a personal guarantor, also known as a PG, for
Right.
their business because they either don't have a business credit score, which I'll get to in a second. They don't have the collateral, right? They don't have the cash flow revenue. And they say, hey, listen, well, there's no way to see that your business could pay us back. Do you mind being a personal guarantor for our
Right.
your business? So that way we can get you the funds you need. And you might want to leverage that. And I'll give you an example because I know you, like you said, you're an example girl. So
I
my
am.
first commercial property, my first rental unit, I have had to be a personal guarantor for. There's two types of personal guarantor. One, where they check your credit, you get a hard inquiry, and the debt is on you and your business. Or the other personal guarantor is where you have the hard inquiry, but the debt is only on your business. So when I used that, I was a personal guarantor for my first commercial property. What happened was they only checked my credit score. They never checked my bank account, anything else. It was the easiest process. And they checked my personal credit score because I didn't build up my business credit score yet or anything. I was really new to the whole business world and everything like that. My LLC was new. And so they were like, okay, based off your personal credit score, you can get this. But guess what? That debt is not on my personal credit, right?
And what kind of credit is that called?
So that was still personal guarantor, right? A PG, but that allowed for me to leverage something that was making about $40,000 additional income each year between the rental unit, between the event space that it was operating as, using it for purposes of my own business. So you have to understand that if it makes sense, you might want to leverage your personal credit. It's not the best way, but you might want to leverage your personal credit as you're getting started. You know, maybe your LLC is only 2-3 months old and you're like, hey, I need this money to fund. I want to use other people's money to fund my business. You might want to leverage it as a personal guarantor, but you don't want to stay there. And you definitely don't want to get a bunch of credit cards in your business name as a personal guarantor. That's one of the worst things you can do because those usually hit on your personal side. You have all these hard inquiries that you can't remove. Then on top of it, they only limit to the amount of money you can get personally. So if you only have a $20,000 or $10,000 credit card, that's probably what your business credit cards are going to be, those limits. When in fact, if you do it through your business, your EIN only, which is the best way, then you probably can 10x that. So $100,000 credit card, right? A big difference between $10,000 and $100,000, especially in business. I mean, most business owners know you get $5,000-$10,000. That can be going really quickly on some expenses, right? If you're in real estate, that can be done in a room, and you're like, that money is going. You know, that can affect so many different areas, and so you really want to build through your business credit, and that's when business credit becomes different from business funding. Business credit allows you to use other people's money as well, but get access to more funding. And that's usually how you can get the loans once you build up your business credit score and profile to get business funding. Okay. It's another way of leveraging it. So you want to build up the business credit score. No, it does not have to take forever. And there's multiple ways you can do that, but you want to build it the right way. But it absolutely starts with the structure of your business. I've seen people spending thousands of dollars a month trying to build up their business credit, thinking they're doing the right thing. They're like, yep, I'm using net accounts, using credit cards. I just had a new client that we onboarded recently, and they were like, I've been doing this for 2 years, and I wasted 2 years of time. Nothing's being reported. Well, why? And it all starts with your structure. It all starts with that name. And part of the free consultation we do, we kind of look at those things that need to be done in your business to make sure you're fundable. You know, we can have a strategy call. We can go through the whole coaching program, whatever it is that is needed for you. But the free consultation allows you to do that. And if you're like, hey, I really want to kind of leverage my personal credit, which is the fastest way of building business credit, leveraging your personal credit to get more finances and get more funding, then guess what? We can help you even if you're not there with your personal credit. But I will have to be honest with you. You can actually build good business credit with having bad personal credit. It just has to be strategic about it. That's all it is.
Well, there are people asking questions and sharing comments. And so let's see what's over here and make sure we address some of these things as well. I see you, Dr. Tina Ramsey, who is the founder, her and her husband, of CTR Media Network. So they said this is a great topic and glad to have you on today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow, this really is a great topic. I'm trying to make sure I don't skip anybody. It's so many.
No problem. Definitely, guys. Ask me all your questions in
Yeah.
here.
Any questions, any
Happy
things
to
that you want to know about business credit and business funding, go ahead and ask for sure. And I see you saying hello, Sandra. And yes, I got your information. I thought I submitted my thing, but it didn't go through. So I will be sending that to you. So that's our own personal. You know what that means. All right. I did some jot form, but it clearly anyway.
And
How
I know
can
you said this was
someone?
different countries really
How
quick.
can? Huh?
I said really quickly while you were getting to the questions, I wanted to say, I know you said it was in different countries. And so I'm also glad to say that some of our partnering lenders that we work with, we're now helping people in Canada even. So if you're in Canada, if you're in the United States, don't hesitate to reach out to us and we'll be able to assist you and tell you exactly what we can do for you.
Excellent. Sandra Jackson says, how can someone clear up their names so that they will no longer get denied?
Yes, that's a great question. Clearing up your name. So that's more on a personal credit side of things. And our company helps with that. But when it comes to clearing up your personal name, I always advise people, if you're doing this and you're working on it yourself, here's a tip, here's a gem. Clear up your personal information, period, right? Your personal name. So any name that isn't on your ID at this time, and sometimes some of us have, changed in marriage and did different things. So anything that is not spelled correctly, I say get rid of, right? Now, I don't say all personal information and addresses and everything like that. It depends. And I usually have a conversation with the client because you don't want to get rid of all your old address and just have one, because that kind of saves you from identity theft. If you ever seen those security questions that pop up and say, did you live here in this? Did you live here? If you get rid of all of those, that means that those questions won't pop up. And if somebody knows where you currently live, they might only need to answer that one question that isn't so tough. So just be mindful of, getting rid of the information that isn't valid is what I would say. At personal information before disputing anything, because if you get rid of that information, more than likely when you go to dispute, if any bad information was attached to that name or that spelling or anything like that, it'll be easier for it to get removed. So
good point.
One thing that I definitely would suggest doing.
Well, I see you also, Sean Brinkley. She says, good morning, Queens. I like to be able to, with my fellow podcasters over on CTR Media Network, pop some of their information up. So here I want to let you know about Coffee Conversations with Sandy Sanders, making sure you check that out, as well as with Sean Leray. She has a talk show as well, and talking with you all that are bold, beautiful superstars, Sean Leray Brinkley. So make sure you check her out as well. All right. So thank you so much for being here today, Sean. Let me go on to any other comments. I see a lot of that's come in, but I want us to make sure that we keep going. They said good stuff. This is some good stuff. I want to get to any questions.
I see Dennis Spraggins at 11:15. He said, my personal credit is a 654. I'm having a hard time getting business credit.
Okay, let me go up to him because I'm here. Okay, there we go. Go ahead. So my personal credit is 654. I'm having a hard time getting business credit. You want to speak to that?
Yes. So that leads me right there. That tells me that a lot of times they're going for you to be a personal guarantor, right? So either there's a lack of cash flow revenue that tells me, and we need to get creative in that area, right? Like I was talking about earlier, or there's no collateral. So there's one or two things you can get. If you're getting denied, that means your personal credit isn't high enough for the lenders that you are going to, or that credit profile isn't the best at that time. So that means that one, you either need to fix up your personal credit. That's going to be a priority, which then if you do fix it up, that's a great thing because then you can leverage it personally and for your business. But then two, if you're like, I don't really have the time nor energy to fix up my personal credit, then that means you need to build your business credit properly, have the right structure, so that way they can do EIN only and you can get the funding that you need. So those will be your two options. So that way you can kind of avoid that area of the 654. You got to work on one, the business credit and or personal credit. A lot of our clients get the chance when they work with us to work on both, so they put themselves in the best position possible.
And where do you recommend that people get? I already know the answer, but I'm asking for my studio audience. Where do you recommend that people get their access to their business credit so they know what their business credit score is?
Absolutely. That's a really great question. So we actually give you guys a special discount and deal. So that way, when we go over your consultation to seeing your credit score, so you don't have to put anything out or do anything right then and there, your business credit scores. Business credit scores are completely different. So you're not looking for those 800 numbers. You're actually looking for 100, 580, and different things like that. So business credit looks a lot different, and there's only a few ways you can affect it. So what I would suggest to your studio audience is that if they go to either follow me on social media, you can go to my link in bio. You can go right to our website directly at www.manifestmoreconsulting.com. Or I'm going to give you guys an ebook. If you stay to the end, I'm going to give you some information, a free ebook.
A whole free ebook, and I have it downloaded.
To how to build a definitive guide to how to build business credit, guys. And it helped a lot of clients. So even if you're not ready to take the plunge in the free consultation, you'll be able to do this. But if you go there, we're offering free consultations to you. And you just book the free consultation there. You can book it for personal, you can book it for business, you can book it for both. And we'll be able to discuss funding options to you. One of the things that we do here is that we actually have a funding platform. We actually are about to introduce a funding platform 2.0 where all of our lenders are there, all of our qualifications for lenders. Where can you go for that, right? Most people have to apply, get a hard inquiry, get denied, and still don't know the reason why.
Right.
Before our clients even apply to lenders to say, hey, or to let you know, like, listen, you're only a few points away from getting this, or a few $100s from getting this. Make sure you're doing these steps so that way you can qualify for that type of funding. How many more people would get funded if they knew what they needed to qualify, right? So we have all types of financing available, whether it's equipment, all the people that make t-shirts and special made like that. We have funding for you. All the real estate investors, we have funding for you. All the people that want to get in commercial real estate, different things like that, we have funding for you. I have a new partnership with a lender who I talked to, and they actually have funding for people who are in the life insurance industry.
Wow.
Okay, that do life insurance. They specifically finance for that. So when I tell you, we do our research and we find it for any industry. I work with a lot of early childhood educators who want to get into their own building and purchase their stuff for the inside the building, all their equipment and everything like that. We have helped them to grow. And so we want to continue to help you guys grow, no matter what industry you're in, to make sure that you're able to, whether it's applying for a credit card. Here's one big thing that people don't understand. When it comes to the different types of financing, whether it's equipment financing, a loan, hybrid credit, right? I'm saying a lot of stuff that most people don't know, and that's okay. But here's the thing, and the difference between all of it is that, take for instance, if you had a credit card and you say, you know what, I want to open up my shop or whatever the case may be, and you're like, I want to use my credit card to open up the shop. Mm-hmm. I'm going to use the credit card to buy all the equipment I need for everybody there. Well, what if you could have kept all that money there and got just financing for equipment and kept financing for your business, right? Funded for your business in general with the regular loan. Well, now all your equipment is on one type of loan, while the other credit card that you had available, you can use that for future use for something else that you may need, right? Where you're like, oh, I got to reorder this stuff and do these things. What if you had a t-shirt company? Well, hey, why don't you get a vendor account where you don't have to pay up front? You can get as many t-shirts as you need, all the things that you need. And then your clients, when they pay you, because they bought the item, now you can pay that back. So you're not pulling from your funds, because why do most businesses fail in the first 3 to 5 years? They use their own personal funds, right? And then they don't have anything left. Then they use their personal credit. So they start maxing out credit cards, and their credit score drops almost 200 points. So you get 800, you now at 600, crying and devastated. And then you're like, what do I do? And the worst time to build business credit or try to fix your credit in general at all is when you need it. You need to fix it before you need it. You need to handle these things before it becomes a necessity, and then you're in a rock and a hard place.
This is I don't know if everybody else is benefiting at the level that I am. I'm over here taking notes and like I'm in class myself. So this is great information. And you're saying this is going to be your 2.0 program where you're going to roll out all of these different resources to us at our fingertips, where we can click for business funding, we can click for real estate, life insurance type of funding, whatever it is
it is you want to do, and you're going to know the qualifications and you're going to be able to apply. So definitely schedule your consultations. I'll definitely tell more about it. Make sure you're following me on social media. I'll definitely release more information about it. But I wanted to go over, while we're kind of on the halfway mark, over some testimonials that we have and kind of tell you a little bit about how they got there and what was happening. Because
we're going to do that right after this commercial break, because this is good. So we're going to go straight into these testimonials of clients that Enacia Bradshaw with And I know you had a different company before,
Right,
but I'm trying to make sure that's why you
More
keep hearing me pause.
consulting.
But
Yes.
manifest more consulting. And as our credit professor, she's going to be sharing some of those testimonials after this break. I do want to share that you're all invited to come to an event that we have tomorrow, and you specifically in Nation, make sure you take advantage of that. It's from 12 to 2, and you all are invited. If you're a business entrepreneur, a woman that's looking to just be able to partner with some other people and that are also high-level business executives in their own right, owning their own business, they're entrepreneurs, come network with us at eWomen Network, and the link is there. And I will share more with you briefly right now about eWomen Network. I'm the new managing director there, and I want to introduce you to them. Hi, I'm Kim Jacobs, the managing director of the Charlotte, North Carolina chapter of eWomen Network. I am so excited that you stopped to watch this video. I've got good news for you. You've just discovered an international network of women entrepreneurs who are committed to helping you achieve, succeed, and prosper. We're on a mission here to help 1 million women entrepreneurs each achieve $1 million in annual revenue. Here at eWomen Network, we have a complete success system that supports you every step of the way in building and growing your business. You being here right now, it's no accident. We're supposed to know about you. We want to meet you to find out how we can help you as well as learn about what you have to offer. With over 500,000 women connected through 118 chapters across the United States, Canada, Australia, and the United Kingdom, you are never alone. If this is resonating with you, please go to ewomennetwork.com/Charlotte. Notice too my contact information. I invite you to reach out to me and to check out our upcoming in-person and online events. I'm really looking forward to introducing you to our special community. Talking with Enacia Bradshaw, and we have some testimonials to share with you all that are nothing short of amazing, their viewpoints. So let's see. All right, let's start here. Talk to us and tell us about this testimonial.
Yes. So this testimony right here is from Cami, one of our clients. And what I love about Cami is that she came in and she took advantage, like I want you guys to do, of both of our consultations that we have to offer. She had a personal credit consultation. She had a business credit consultation. She said here, I've done 2 consultations with Manifest More Consultant since they cover both areas of business and personal credit. Today's free 1-hour business coaching with Enacia was phenomenal. Her energy is divine and she provided true value. Unlike some, Enacia blessed me with useful, actionable insights. I absolutely plan to have Manifest More Consultant in my toolage as I build myself in my business. I love their zeal and their energy. She's actually our client. She actually, within our first conversation, her and her husband were able to get a vehicle in their company name. They were in need of a new personal vehicle, but we were able to guide them and show them how to do it and get it into their company name without having to put money down, without having to go through a big rigmarole of needing all these documents and different things like that. And their business was relatively new. So I'm super, super excited for Cami.
That's excellent. And so that's something when clients come to you, you look at how they can get something in the business name instead of having to go through everything on their person.
You're a business owner. Take advantage of so many different opportunities that are out there available to you, right? We miss so many tax opportunities, right? We miss so many opportunities to say, hey, my cell phone, that should be paid for by your company, right? Your internet, if you're working from home, what are these different things that should be paid for by your company and not just your business? So that way you can write it off. So that way you're doing the right thing. How can you benefit from having a business? It's supposed to benefit you in more ways than one. It's not just to help you create revenue, but it's to help you create that legacy, help you to create that generational wealth. And these are some of the ways that you're able to do it. Usually if you're going to be paying for your vehicle, usually about 5 years or so at minimum.
Right.
And so if you're paying for this month after month, now you have car insurance, you have all these things, but technically your business cannot pay all of that out. It can get a portion off with taxes, but now that your company owns it, they're responsible. You can pay that straight from the business account, and it's growing and building your business credit score, which is amazing.
So what do you think is the fear? Like I'm only talking from a consumer perspective. There are so
Absolutely.
many fears when it comes to trying to do things from a business versus a personal perspective. And it's because of it, I believe it's because of just the lack of knowledge.
Yes, that's what I want to say. Fear is, what do they say? Is the false evidence appearing real? We
Yes.
get false evidence because we think we know how it works, but we're not really never been a business owner before, right? We know how to do what we do, but offer that service, offer that product. That's it. When it comes to the business where we're like, what do we do? And I always tell people it's kind of like going to the doctor's office. You have a primary doctor, you're good at what you do, but now it's time to meet with a specialist, right? And that's what we specialize in helping you to treat your business like a business. You will never get funding. You will never see your business grow. It won't become what you want unless you start treating it like a business. That's what they want, right? You want the lenders to treat you like a business, say, fund my business, but you have to start treating your business like a business. And it really starts with kind of getting a team of people behind you, your tech strategist, the person who's going to help you with you build your business credit and get your finances in order, right? You want to have different people. You might even have an attorney, depending on what you're doing, to work on contracts for your different things that you have going on. But you really want to kind of, and one place for it is, like you just said, network. Go to networking events, see who you can, bond well with, and they know the information, and work together to see how you guys can help one another, to see how you can benefit from it. Because the best way of kind of learning who has what information is seeing what they did for others, which is why I wanted to, share with you. We have a 5-star review, and that's nothing short of amazing, because it's hard, getting reviews, because people can put whatever they want on there. But we have that 5-star review because we pride ourselves on giving what we have and going above and beyond the expectations to make sure that we're meeting the needs of the people that come to us. So
I am so proud of everything that you're sharing. I want to make sure the image I was just getting ready to put up, is that one of the testimonies?
that is one of the
Okay,
testimonials.
okay, let's pop that up. Let's talk about it.
Yes. I love this testimonial. This testimonial came from one of our clients. This actually came from a gentleman who came to us, a real estate investor, and he needed to get his credit fixed, and we helped him with his personal credit. He wanted to get into business credit to finance a few of his properties. So today he has a few different rental properties that he owns. He's moved to a different state. He's doing a lot of different things there. So he was able to actually get $5 million in credit towards his real estate. He didn't take it all, but was able to get approved for that. But then he also sent this of recent, he reached out like, hey, I really want to make sure, I want to get into the Turo space, because that's what entrepreneurs do. We jump around to different.
Of course, right.
And so he says, in a short amount of time, what I was seeking help from Manifest More Consulting, I was able to acquire 2 vehicles off the showroom floor with the business credit that helped me build. Guess what? These were 2022s in 2022. This was literally had to come off the showroom floor. They had to put all the wheels. He was telling me about all of this on it, just because he didn't get it. So it had like no mileage on there, because these weren't test driven, they weren't anything. And most people are like, how the heck, what do I do? And so he was able to leverage this. What happened was his car got totaled, his personal car got totaled. He was like, well, how do I leverage this? I've been hearing a lot about getting a car in my company name. He was able to get 2 and started his Turo business.
Wow. Okay, is this another testimonial I have up here? I think I have
Let
one.
me see which one you have. I believe so. Yes.
Okay, that's the final one I have for right now, but let's go through that one too.
Yes, it says, I can honestly say Enacia Bradshaw, all caps, is the truth. During her first free Zoom, she was able to approve me for $25,000. Yes, you're reading correctly. $25,000 towards my investment for my business. She took her time. She didn't rush. She answered my questions. Even though I was one of her last clients for the day, I appreciate her so much. I can't wait to move forward with the process. Enacia Bradshaw, please continue to do what you do. You are truly blessed. These are one of our clients. I believe she was going into the assisted living facility, and she wanted to be like, how can I build? What can I do? What can I start? And I said, we can always see where you're at now. And now we're going to get her to so much more, right? That's where she was able to start so much more. And so I'm glad to have Ramley as a client. But this could be you guys, right? She's talking about the free zone. She's really talking about the free consultation. This could be you, but you got to go to the website and schedule that free consultation. And this could be life-changing for you at that very moment.
Well, Dennis says that to turn one's life into an asset in every move would be so fun.
It is. I'm living that life. It is so fun. I'm like, hey, people say, oh, do you own your home or anything? No, I rent my home for myself. I still want that income to go. And if I'm going to be paying, listen, there's things you do. My business owns everything. My businesses, that's where I really thrive at, is helping other people do the same thing, where you're like, how can I turn most of my life into a business expense, right? The travel, the everything else. So
And
even
so doing a free consultation, because I want to make sure I'm hearing you clearly.
yes,
Doing a free consultation with you by going to manifestmoreconsulting.com or
yes.
calling or texting 877-234-1406. Again, that's 877-234-1406. You're saying that you can even possibly provide some solutions during that free session.
This session isn't about me and telling you about my business and my company, because most people, they come and they already know about me, what we can do. They've heard all the testimonies, they looked at the reviews. So I don't have to share with you. I'll share with you some programs if there's things available that you don't know. But that's really for me to learn about your business, learn about you. What are your goals? And to educate you on some solutions and what will work for you, what will work for your business. So these are hour-long calls. Most people are giving you about 15-minute calls. These are about hour-long calls to give you this information. So don't hesitate on that. That will be changing very shortly.
I'm sure it will. That's a lot of information.
Book right now. And I'm going to give them one other thing. You want to show that last slide there?
Absolutely. Well, actually, I don't want to just give it yet because it's not the end of the broadcast. So no, I don't want to. No, Anisha, give me a moment to just continue to allow people to relish in the moment. Okay. Yes. You're like, you want to go ahead and put that last.
This is like the Christmas time, right? You're like, you want to open that gift. Like, that's what I want to open up. I'm ready for them to open up the gift. But I know we got to wait. We got to go through the moment. But I'm super excited for them because this has helped so many people.
Okay. All right. I'm excited about it too. I said, let me just like play some transitional music for a second. The background music. Okay, we're gonna just calm it down. Okay, we're gonna transition to a commercial break. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna come back. You're gonna learn about the ebook, but I do want to make sure that we get your questions answered. If you have any questions, definitely go ahead and pop them up during this next commercial break. And Naisha, you're dropping some significant tips. And thank you so much for being here today. All right. We'll be right back, everyone, right after our next episode sponsor, which is Silver Shield Security. Silver Shield Security. Let's check them out.
I have peace of mind with Silver Shield Security, which has been protecting my family and home, along with servicing the Carolinas for over a decade. Silver Shield Security knows the importance of convenience and safety. Whether you live in an apartment or home or run a business, they are here to protect you from unwanted intrusions and fires. Call now at 704-440-4688 or visit the website at www.silvershield-security.com. You can use my promo code #ToneX and get 1/2 off your installation price. Don't forget to ask about the new no money down options. Let Silver Shield Security help to give you peace of mind, just like me and my family, and keep your business safe.
Right. All right. We're back talking with Anisha Bradshaw. And Anisha, you shared so much already during this hour. Is there anything that you didn't share outside of the ebook that you still wanted us to know pertaining to getting funded in 2023?
There are some things. If I can give you like my last minute kind of thing to tell you like what's changing from 2022 to 2023. I talked a little bit about a lot of the lenders are not just looking for 3 months in consistent revenue, but they're looking at about 6 months.
Yes.
Some things that I want you to kind of get on your radar, guys, because I know a lot of you still haven't, even though we're in 2023, is they're looking at your social media and or website. Have one. Don't just say, oh, I need to develop one. I got the domain name. That's not good enough anymore. Have one. It could be as simplistic as possible, but have one. Let it be tailored towards your business so they have a place to look. They want to make sure, because so many people have started, through the pandemic and later, they have started businesses. Some of them have started, several businesses, right? Because we start 3, 4, 5 LLCs. But everybody hasn't paid the money back. So criteria has changed, right? So what does that mean? That means that now they're looking to be a little bit more stricter on some underwriting guidelines and are looking at, okay, how credible is your business? Are you trying to gain business from the online world, right? Social media, websites, and everything like that. So if you haven't started things like that, please start to, like I said, treat your business like a business. the same way you want to get more clients is the same way they want you to get more clients, right?
That's right.
They want to see that. Make sure all your information matches, right? Your company name matches the same that you have on the LLC. Make sure it matches with the IRS. Make sure it matches on your website. Make sure it matches in your email. Make sure it matches everywhere so that there's no red flag of saying it's something different. I always tell people it's the difference between if we had Kim Jacobs and then Kim Jacobs Jr., right? Two different people. So when you deviate from your name that you started with your Secretary of State, it kind of puts a red flag up to say, okay, which one is who we giving our money to? Are we going to be able to find you? All these different things. So just make sure you're treating your business like a business. Look at those things, go back to your business, say, okay, what am I doing different? What am I doing wrong here? And book a free consultation for yourself. You might just do yourself a disservice if you don't, and then you come back later to book a consultation and it's not free. So I would say to do that today. Book it, let's get together, let's talk. If you're talking about business credit, you're absolutely going to be meeting with me. If you're booking for business personal credit, you'll be meeting with one of our other consultants there who are certified and trained and excellent. It's actually going to talk about all matters of finance. So they are an hour long too. You'll actually find out what you need to do, whether you work with us or not. So we don't keep anything hidden from you on those calls. So book it now, so that way you will get the results you're looking for in 2023. Don't wait until the end of 2023. Do it now. So that way in the next 6 months, your life really could be where you want it to be.
Wow. And tell them how they can stay connected with you again.
Absolutely. So you can look for me all social media platforms, LinkedIn, IG, Instagram, right? Facebook, all under my name, Enacia Bradshaw. My business does have a page as well, Manifest More Consultant. But if you go to Enacia Bradshaw, it'll have the links in the bio. All the tips that I want to share with you will come up on there. Make sure you turn your notification alerts on, so that way you'll be the first to know of anything, whether it's changes, we're adding new lenders, whatever the case may be, even about that funding platform 2.0, that a lot of people are going to really be able to use it. Our funding platform already that we have hundreds of clients that are doing phenomenal things and getting funded in that arena, but we'll constantly be adding more. And on top of, we add education. So that way, you know what this funding and financing is, and you won't just be applying for something. You'll understand it. You'll know the qualifications, and you'll be able to do more.
Okay. Well, my head is on a swivel. I've been over here. I've been writing with my red pen. So I know this is serious, right? I'm taking notes in red over here. And I know that all of you in the virtual studio audience have benefited from today's discussion with Enacia Bradshaw, the credit professor, and she knows exactly what she's talking about. So make sure you take advantage of this free opportunity. It is a free opportunity for an hour to get your personalized diagnosis and help for what is available for you in your business and your personal. Now, you talked earlier too about personal. You wanted to mention a little bit about being some personal information. After this commercial break, I want you to talk for, what time do we have? Yeah, we have 7 minutes. Okay, yeah. So I want to hear from the personal perspective what your thoughts are. We have CTR Media Network, who is one of our episode sponsors and also streaming the Kim Jacobs Show now in 350 million households there in 68 countries. We want to learn more about them now.
CTR Media Network was created for today's podcasters. We provide a safe haven for content creators that are everyday people doing extraordinary things. We have a system of positioning, monetization training, coaching, and support for our podcasters' success. CTR Media Network simply bridges that gap with a level playing field for your dreams to come true cost effectively. Our team provides a premium service and experience for our podcasters to grow. CTR Media Network provides access, support, resources, coaching, and community for our podcasters to win, if you put in the work. We believe that we are living in a unique time which requires you to share your message of hope with millions of people around the world. Remember that the world is never too saturated for you, your voice and message. A platform for positive, impactful media where the content creators are in the driver's seat. Visit our website today by going to www.ctrmedianetwork.com.
With Enacia Bradshaw. Talk to us from a personal perspective. How do people deal with their personal credit versus their business?
Yes. So I always tell people personal credit, you absolutely want to take care of, because you can leverage that for personal and business, right? If you're looking for a place to start, which one, you can navigate both. But
Right.
I always tell people, why not start with your personal, where you can make sure if you need to get into a home or change where you're living or anything like that, you're taking care of that part first. but also being able to leverage that for your business credit if you should need to. So that's one thing. The number two thing is that you don't need a perfect credit score. A lot of times people coming to me, they need an 800. We get people there. We show you how to take it from a 7. I have people clients that are 700. They're like, I need to get to this next level, right? What does that look like? So we show them what they need to do. Maybe you just need to build your credit, right? Maybe you don't have anything negative on there. It's just not moving and doing what it's supposed to do. And I tell people, stop playing checkers and learn how to play chess, right? So that's what that looks like when it comes to building your credit. We're playing checkers when we're fixing it up, and that can do some things, and it's a game in and of itself. But the real game is when you learn how to play chess, right? Not everybody knows how to play chess. And that's how it is when it comes to getting an 800 credit score. The other thing you need to know too is that when you don't need a perfect credit score, but you want to be as close to 700 plus as possible to maximize how much money you can get, how easier it is. I'll give you an example again. When my husband went into the real estate industry through investing, I wanted to gift him some money to put towards one of the properties that he was working on. And it took me less than 2 minutes to go to my personal bank online to get $25,000. And I just put a gift. That was it. How many people can say, usually you got to put all this paperwork, put this information in, go to the bank, do these different things. But because my credit score, my personal credit score is where it needs to be, I was able to leverage that and say, here you go, and send it right there to them to just get started. How many people can get started with $25,000, right? How good would that do how much good would it do for your business to be able to take 2 minutes, get $25,000? You didn't have to build business credit. You didn't have to spend money doing anything, and say, okay, I can leverage that now to get into real estate. I can leverage that now to get start my business, to buy a certain amount of products, to do, get in the door to start the Airbnb and whatever it may be, right?
Yes.
So different things you can do with that, just in a nutshell. So it's going to be important. If you haven't, I have clients that come to us, they've been avoiding it, looking at it. Let's find out what's going on with your credit profile. Let's see where your scores are and see, you might not have that much work to do, right? And you might think you do, but you really don't. And the experts, we're going to be able to tell you exactly what it is. And if you want us to, we'll be able to help you get there as well.
That's good. And I saw a comment I thought it was you commenting until I put these glasses on the whole time, but I think it's Akeem Bradshaw is commenting. So I see another Bradshaw here. Who is that to you?
So that Bradshaw is my husband. Yes.
Oh, okay. Your husband is on here, and I can't find the comment again.
Yeah,
there's so many comments over here.
Listen,
but he support. Here he is.
He was one of my first clients. Very first client.
He's like, hey, he like, girl, Kim, I'm gonna tell you right now. This what he probably say. I'm gonna tell you right now. You in that show, and don't make no comment about what I said. You're gonna make me miss out on my brownie points. He's like, you gotta recognize I'm here, woman.
Yes.
So Akeem is in the house, and this is Anisha's husband. Beautiful and knowledgeable. Thank you.
Yeah.
Look how you sat differently when you realized you licked your lips and you're like, yes, that's my baby. That's my
Don't
baby.
make me blush on this show.
Akeem that showed up on the Kim Jacobs show to give his wife some props. Glad to have you here today, Akeem, in the virtual studio audience. Listen, Anisha, I know you want to get this ebook out, so let's go ahead and if you are in, first of all, y'all put some kind of positive something in the comment section. Say thank you. Say, oh my goodness, this is amazing information. Something that Anisha can go back and snapshot and be able to put it out to the public. How wonderful you all enjoyed this information. So send some love over here as we prepare.
Let me know what you learn. I'm always trying to educate as much as possible because most people don't let this information out. They want to keep it for themselves until someone pays for it. But I love to exude all the education I can as much as I can and break it down in layman terms. So if you learn anything at all, whether you're watching a replay or you're watching it right now live, please definitely put it in the chat what you have learned.
Okay, so our expert, Anisha Bradshaw, the question is, what is your biggest takeaway from today's topic? What did you learn from our expert today, Anisha Bradshaw? And I'll put that up here so you all can see it no matter when you're watching the broadcast. What's your biggest takeaway from today's topic? Our expert, Anisha Bradshaw, the credit professor, is here and dropped some significant tips. So put that in the comments section and she'll go back and check it out. Okay, let's put this ebook up before we end today's discussion. Let's see. Oh, I do have one more quick commercial and then we're going to be putting the ebook up. Let me go to the commercial right now. Get insured.
Nothing says I love you more than final expense insurance whole life protection. With Funeral Advocacy, nationwide, saving you and your family 30 to 80% off funerals and cremations. Nothing says I love you more than Get Insured Solutions, LLC. GetInsured.Solutions, 704-499-3616.
Kim, I think you are muted on us.
I'm unmuted. I'm muted.
I can hear you.
Okay. It started playing that commercial again. But anyway, here is the surprise that she has for you. So let's take a look. Talk to us about it.
Yes. So if you've been paying attention, if you're listening, I need you to text the word CEO because you're a business owner, right? Text the letter CEO to 877-234-1406. I'll say it again because I know some callers are listening in. So text the word or the letters, I should say, CEO to 877-234-1406, 877-234-1406, and you are going to receive an absolutely completely free ebook that is titled The Definitive Guide to Building Your Business Credit. So you'll learn how to obtain credit that is linked to your EIN number and not your social security number with no personal guarantee. I'm going to say that again. In this ebook, which is called The Definitive Guide to Build Your Business Credit, you will learn how to obtain credit that is linked to your EIN only, not your social security number, with no personal guarantee. So that means it is not affected by your personal credit score. You're not going to get a bunch of hard inquiries on there if you follow this guide. So I hope this information helps you. I hope you are already texting the letter CEO to this because this is going to be a limited time offer. I sold this book at $199 and it did very well, but I wanted to give this as a free resource to you on here. If you couldn't jot the number down, I've also had my team put it on a website at www.manifestmoreconsulting.com. You'll be able to click on the ebook and receive it as well for a limited time. So go there, get that. Let me know if it helped you. Message me, DM me. Let me know if you have any questions. But let's talk about it on that free consultation that we will have. But this is because Kim Jacobs has done so much with us coming on here and sharing with the audience. I wanted to really give something crucial back to you guys that I know can help you. If you follow these steps, I know it will help you.
Well, I know I just text myself, just so you know, and already immediately it came through. I love when I have a guest on and things work smoothly as far as what they say they're going to do. And does it really happen and come back immediately? And Anisha Bradshaw, it came back saying, thank you so much. And all of the information is there with the ebook and valued at $199, but she has the free link. So listen, guys, take advantage of this. I know that the Kim Jacobs Show is bringing balance to the world, one household at a time today, because we had Anisha Bradshaw. So thank you for being so wonderful and transparent and being able to share these tips that they're going to truly make a difference in our individual businesses and our personal lives. Text CEO to 877-234-1406. Stay connected with Anisha Bradshaw by reaching out to her at manifestmoreconsulting.com or call her at 877-234-1406. That's today's episode, everybody. Anisha Bradshaw, you are a credit professor. Thank you for being here. Thank you all for being in the virtual studio audience. We truly appreciate it. We'll see you again throughout the rest of this week at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wow. Have a great one. Wow. Hello, everyone. I'm Kim Jacobs, host of The Kim Jacobs Show, where we're bringing balance to the world, one household at a time. Listen, we go live every weekday, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I bring guests on that talk about their backstories, things that they've had to overcome to become who they are today. Many of them are balancing and juggling life, and they've become experts in different fields. So they're sharing tips with you to make your life just a little bit easier. Many times as a guest in the studio audience, you'll get a chance to walk away with a missing piece of the puzzle that might be missing in your life. Let's go on this journey together, and I look forward to seeing you Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on The Kim Jacobs Show.